Docker machine is installed by default with your software when you install it on the Mac and on the Windows. So if you go into docs.docker.com, you should see all of the documentation regarding all of the Docker products. But in specific, if you want to look for machine, would like you to go into docs.docker.com/machine, and in specific, the install machine. So if you don't have it installed on Mac OS and Windows, I recommend following this instruction set. Again, this should be installed by default if you're using the version in the lecture. The other way to check it up would be to go into PowerShell and then just do Docker machine version. And then you should see the version of Docker machine which is installed with the operating system. There are a few prerequisites to installing it on the Windows. For the Mac, I think you already have VirtualBox installed by default. If not, you will need to install VirtualBox, and it's pretty straightforward. But on the Windows, it is not that straightforward. So let's go take a look at how it is done on Windows. The first thing to do would be to go into Cortana search and look for turn Windows features on or off. Just make sure that you have containers and Hyper-V checked on. In case one of these is not checked on, I recommend that you click on this to check it on. This would require restarting your PC. So make sure you restart your PC after clicking on OK. The next thing to do would be to click on the search again and look for Hyper-V Manager. Go into the Hyper-V Manager. You should see a section which says Virtual Switch Manager. You will need to create a new virtual switch. And the way you can do that would be to do this. So as you can see, we have something which is internal already, which is used by the default Docker containers. You can create a new virtual switch by making it external and clicking on Create Virtual Switch. Just one thing to note here would be to link it to your wireless router in case you're using the internet via the wireless. Or if you're using the Ethernet connection, you can choose one of those network cards. So I'm just going to choose Intel Centrino Advanced N6205. I'm going to call this VS-1. And then I'm going to put in a note saying Docker machine default virtual switch. And then I'm going to click on apply. It's going to state if pending changes may disrupt network connectivity. Just click on yes. It is actually a good practice to restart your system after doing this. In some cases, you wouldn't need to restart, but I highly recommend restarting so that it can clear out the route tables. So just click on OK, restart your machine, and then we'll get back after the restart.